strong. So let's give them 67 and 73. Now,
shout out to the big homie Tech Star. Y'all know we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we may once again be entering the Dark Ages. Purgatory even, because it looks like Dragon Ball Super, for the foreseeable future at least, might be getting shelved. Now, I waited a few days to make this video, hoping any more information at all would come out. Maybe there was some sort of narrative or whatever that got lost in translation somewhere, but according to sources, including DBS Hype, it looks like Toyataro is about to start working on an original manga. Now, I've been seeing everyone all over social media panicking over the last couple of days, wondering just what this could mean for the future of Dragon Ball Super specifically. As you guys already know, because we've talked about this numerous times before, Toyataro is supposed to be the successor to Toriyama's Dragon Ball works. I can't remember the exact time frame, but he did take over creative direction of Dragon Ball Super sometime between the Moro arc and the Granola arc in the manga, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was mid-Moro arc. I'm pretty sure Moro is his original idea, and he designed Granola and created Ultra Ego as well. But because of everything going on with the rights to Dragon Ball and the conflict between Capsule Corp and Shueisha ever since Toriyama's passing, this has kinda unfortunately put anything Toyotaro could have potentially wanted to do with Dragon Ball Super on pause. A statement came out a few days ago, thanks once again to DBS Hype for reporting on this, that according to Japan Expo Paris, Toyotaro is set to talk about him working on an original project soon, which is allegedly a manga. He's going to be talking about his project with Kazuhiko Torishima, Dragon Ball's editor, at this panel. This alone is kind of...
Now, just hear this without getting into the rest of the videos, because, you know, spoiler alert, we talking about this today, too, so you dig. I would just say from this, it's only more speculation, because, you know, with the hiatus, the biggest thing about Dragon Ball right now is keeping up its level of speculations. The more you're talking about Dragon Ball and you ain't seeing it, the more happy they are, because, you know, as soon as you stop talking about it, that's when it's going to come back. Because guess what? Once the hype is gone, then the thrill has to come back. And guess how they do that? They bring the series back. Because the people who's fighting over the litigation and paperwork, as soon as there's no money to take from somebody else, they have to create money. So therefore, you'll have Capsule Corp and Shueisha coming out with content shortly. Now, who's going to be running what? Toyotaro was picked by Akira Toriyama to continue the story because he liked the man's work. Okay? Therefore, wherever Toyotaro goes, we'll be following, but we ain't gonna do too much nut riding because you know we ain't about that life. You dig? Shouts out to the no Diddy parties. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's speculation. They just want people talking about the shit. That way it keeps up the revenue that they are retrieving, and then the people that's trying to take money from other people, they'll either get tired of waiting or just go get their own bag. Like, all right, well, this is going to be our settlement. You and Toyotaro go that way. We'll go over here and do some Dragon Ball GT type shit. Shit that don't even make sense. Or shit that does make sense because you just take the foundation of Dragon Ball and run with it. Because that's what everybody's finna do. The originator's dead, just like he took Journey to the West and ran with it. And then he forgot to use half of the fucking story. But you know, that's our favorite D student. But you know how we go.
giving us mixed signals because, okay, you're talking about this new original manga you're going to be working on soon with Dragon Ball's editor. This kind of leads me to believe that there's going to be some kind of announcement regarding the Dragon Ball Super manga and the future of things, or really anything Dragon Ball Super related, period, on July 6th at the panel, which is all we can really ask for. Now, this puts us, the fandom, in a weird spot because we were under the impression that Dragon Ball was still doing amazing, right? And Dragon Ball does do amazing whenever they do anything, don't get me wrong. Last year, Dragon Ball had one of the biggest releases of all time with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in October, and while it may not have lived up to the expectation over the last, 7 months or so in that time span, it was still an